Okay, so till now in Parliament we discuss about Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, those things we discuss. Qualification to become member of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, disqualification we discuss. We discuss about anti-defection law also. Then we discuss about presiding officer. Okay, so presiding officer of Lok Sabha, speaker, presiding officer of Rajya Sabha, chairman, those things we discuss. Then we discuss about the sessions in Parliament. Okay, devices, summoning, what is adjournment, what is adjournment, SINGH, what is dissolution of Lok Sabha, what is prorogation. Okay, now in today's class we will discuss about the privileges of, okay, member of Parliament. Collective privileges also there and individual privileges are also there. Okay, so first collective privileges of the particular house, either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Okay, that thing we will discuss. And individual means any member of Parliament, either a member of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, they are having certain individual privileges. So what are those things, right? So both the houses of the Parliament, they have a right to publish its report. Okay, they have a right to publish its report, debate or any proceedings, or they have a right to prohibit others from publishing that report, debate or a proceedings of their respective house. They have a right that they can publish. What they can publish? The data related to their debate or reports or proceedings, and they have a right to prohibit others to not to publish this kind of things. Okay, so those things are there. Then 44th Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay, 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act made that freedom of press. Okay, it stopped that, that press are there in India, they should not publish its report of the parliamentary proceedings. 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. Again, that is stored in 44th Constitutional Amendment Act, that under the freedom of press, that freedom, okay, of the press is to publish the true proceedings without the prior permission of house, either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, and the proceeding should be true. That is the reason why if you observe in the private news channel, directly they will telecast the Lok Sabha channel or Rajya Sabha channel. True, rather than diverting the news and all those things. For other news they will divert, make sensation news, all those things. But in case of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, they won't do. Okay, because that is a privileges to those houses. But whenever there is a secret sitting of the house, at that time, it is, that right is not applicable. What is that right? Right to publish the reportings or proceedings of House of the Parliament by the press. Press, they does not have a right in case of secret sitting. Then apart from that, strangers are there, right? So that house can exclude the strangers from its proceedings. Okay, so whenever there is a proceedings of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, it depends upon the presiding officer whether to include the stranger or exclude the stranger. Okay, that is there. And also this house is also having, presiding officer is also having the right to conduct the secret session. In that secret session, only those people are allowed to attend the proceedings who are permitted by the presiding officer. Okay, so that is their privileges. Apart from that, this both the houses we discussed, they can make their own rules and regulation for related to the proceedings, conduct of the business. We discussed, right? rules committee. Okay, for Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, so they have their own right. Apart from that, this house can punish the outsider if the that outsider is there, right? So not only a member, outsider. In simple language, a presiding officer has a right to punish its member, its house member, or the outsider. For what purpose? If those outsider or member breaching the privileges. Okay, so what they can do? Imprisonment. they can, punishment can be given in the form of reprimand, admonition or imprisonment, or suspension or expulsion of a member also. So many times we have heard the news, right? This MLA suspended, this MP suspended, right? That house is also having power. Presiding officer is having power that they can suspend. Outsider also, stranger also, they can do that one. They can give the punishment, and members also, they can give the punishment if they breach the privileges. Okay, and the house has to receive the immediate information about what that particular member of that house, member of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. If that member of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, they have arrested, detain, convicts or imprisonment, or released from the jail. So information should be given to the particular house. That too immediate information. Okay, then apart from that, it can start the inquiry and order of the attendance of the witnesses in court. If the particular member is a witness and all those things, right, it can order the inquiry and attendance also. That particular MP says that it is going for a court to attend the jury service as a witness, but did he go or not? Right, so those kind of things also it can do that one. Relevant paper or records, judicial records, that also it can be inquired. Okay, court does not have the right, so courts are prohibited to inquire into the proceedings of the house or its committee. Court does not have the right to involve or interfering in the proceedings of this house or its house committees. Parliamentary committees, okay, that court does not have that power, and no person, either a member of that house or a outsider or a stranger, they cannot be arrested, or they cannot be, the legal procedure cannot be taken place within the premises of the house without the permission of presiding officer. Okay, if any authority, police authority went to that particular house to arrest outsider also, they cannot arrest without the permission of presiding officer. Either it can be MP or either it can be a outsider person. So these are the collectively privileges. That means these are the privileges to the house of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Understood. Then next we have individual privileges. So this individual privileges, it is related to the MP, member of parliament, not to the house. House, what are the privileges to the house, we discuss. Just now we discuss. Right. Regarding this individual privileges, it is related to the MP. So what are those privileges? Member of parliament cannot be arrested by any authority 40 days before the starting of the session of the parliament or that particular house, and 40 days after the end of the session of that house of the parliament. For example, member of Lok Sabha is there. He has done any crime, something, just take an example, he has done any crime or FIR has been filed, so arrest has to be made. So an authority cannot be arrested. An authority cannot be arrested 40 days before the beginning of the session, 40 days after the end of the session. Okay, that privileges that member of parliament are having. But remember, this is applicable only in civil cases. Civil cases related to finance and all those things, right? So this is applicable only to which cases? Civil cases. But in the criminal cases, it is not applicable. Criminal cases, we have now murder, kidnapping. For those cases, they can arrest. Okay, so this condition is applicable only to the civil cases. And those MP, they have a freedom of speech in parliament. Whatever they have speech in parliament, they are responsible to their particular house only. Outside the house, they are not at all responsible. For example, they speak in such a way that it hurt the other people or other community sentiments. Right? And they file a case in the court. Court cannot take any action. Why? Because that MP has whatever the speech. Okay, that speech he has given in the particular house. Okay, so they have that freedom. Got it? So they are responsible towards their house only. Court cannot inquire or court cannot do anything. Okay, they have a freedom. What is that? Freedom of anything they said or vote given by them, either in parliamentary session or it's in committee. They are also exempted from jury services. So whenever there is a session in the parliament, whenever the session of the parliament it is going on, so at that time member of the parliament, they can refuse to give evidence to the court if they are involving in a case, right? So they can refuse to give evidence to the court, or they can refuse to be a witness, or they can refuse to be a witness in a case which is pending before the court. Got it? So normally court will issue the summon, right, as a witness also, or it can be a produce the evidence also. At that time, they are exempted. It is not mandatory for them to be be in the court as a witness or produce any evidence. So this is about individual privileges of member of parliament. Got it?